My department has a saying that goes something like, how can you pursue a PhD without being somewhere on the spectrum? Honestly, like, it is kind of like that, because, like, how else are you meant to be... Like, okay. When I talk to neurotypical people, and they're not just, like, inherently interested in something, and they don't want to just collect all of the information about a thing and understand something as in-depth as possible, I don't understand it. Because like, for me, it's like an inherent drive. Like, the thing that's pushed me through my PhD is wanting to understand why people believe conspiracy theories, right? It makes me very, very excited. And like, as I'm piecing things together, it's satisfying. And then new information comes, and like, there's new studies and stuff like that, and I do my own research, and it gets more interesting. Like, the more I can learn, the more interesting it gets, if that makes sense. So... yeah, I can't imagine living a life where I'm not excited about stuff like that. I don't know. It sounds very boring. All of my autistic friends have gut issues. What does it mean? That's something I've heard a lot too. There is a comorbidity with gut and neurodivergence. The team at Vanderbilt University has a bunch of papers on it. That's really interesting. As a neurotypical person, I also find this relatable. Talking about academic interest is like a shortcut out of small talk. Exactly! Exactly. So why am I gonna sit here and talk about the weather again, or what you watched on TV the other day? That's boring. I want to hear about the thing that makes you excited and interesting. And like, academics are super easy to talk to in that sense. I also find it really easy to talk to like people that have got, like, they're really, really interested in like, well, I mean, like, quote unquote nerdy stuff, I guess, is the obvious one, right? People that are interested in, oh no, like comics or games or whatever. Because like, tell me about the lore. I want to hear more. Tell me about the lore, you know? Don't do the whole like, oh, it's raining, isn't it? Yeah, of course it's raining. We live in Ireland. What are you expecting? Tell me about the fantasy novel. I wish to know more. I wish to know about the inner workings of your brain. Except I have depression, so at the same time I'm just stuck in my room not doing anything. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Actually, is really interesting, right? I want to know. I want to understand what's going on with this. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I can't relate. I can't relate when people are like, what's your hobby? And they like, nothing really. Like, how? Do you not have the feminine urge to pick up 72 million new projects and skills? Like, what the heck? I don't get it. So many lore videos have been put on in the background when I paint. Yes! That's so nice. I love that. Hey, did you know that in Star Wars, not every stormtrooper is a clone? I did... Wait, no, I think... Yes. Wait, I did. I did, because I've watched 1 through to 7. I haven't watched 8 or 9 yet, but I've watched 1 through to 7. So I knew that some of the stormtroopers were not, because I've seen 7. That is one piece of media that I didn't miss, to be fair, so that's good. Although I say that, I haven't watched the other 2 because I never got around to it, and I haven't watched any of the spin-offs that have come out. Everyone keeps being like, watch the thing with Baby Yoda, and I'm like, maybe one day. Someone once said it was shocking that when I usually just give short responses, that I went on a whole tangent about how there are so many Japanese sword styles that are all interrelated. See, that's interesting. That's the kind of thing I want to hear more about. Like, what gets you excited, you know? To be fair, for a long time, I thought I didn't have any hobbies, but then I gave it some thought and yeah, no, I have hobbies. I just wasn't considering them hobbies. Exactly, right? So like, for me, obviously, VTuber stuff, right? But like, I could sit here and say, oh yeah, you know, I'm a VTuber. That's a hobby. I'm a VTuber. But actually, even within that, there's multiple hobbies, because like, there's the streaming bit of it, but then there's also the video editing bit of it, and then there's also the graphic design bit of it, and then there's also the character design bit of it, and then there's also the etc, etc, etc. So actually, I have quite a lot of hobbies. It's just that they're all kind of united under one project, if that makes sense. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's like the same for a lot of people. And then like reading and stuff like that, or like cooking, or like stuff that you enjoy, going out for walks, even stuff like that, that's still a hobby. You know, anything that you do for fun in your own free time, or to like wind down, calm yourself, whatever, that's all hobbies. People talking about their passions have two-folded benefits. 1, the content of the passion itself, and 2, what it says about the person that has the passion. This is very true. This is very true, actually. And I guess also, like, you can kind of gauge, like, how their presentation differs too. So, like, if they get really, really animated when they're normally very, very quiet, like, I always love it when that happens.